There is a line that you cannot cross, otherwise we will not support you and this game. So I'm back with just a quick follow-up from my cash shop video yesterday around New World. This morning they released a bit of a press release, if that's what you can call it, a comment. Rich Lawrence, the studio director, has posted on Twitter some information and their feelings on the shop front and why they are doing what they're doing at the moment. And yes, I'm fully aware that we do not need a video for everything, but this for me is a nice way to try and improve myself speaking to camera, getting my feelings across, and for the people that I play with often, especially our community, it's a nice way for me to get my point across to everyone in a more human way. So the first thing that they've mentioned, or the first big point that they mentioned, is their plan is not and never will be to create a feeling that store items are necessary to enjoy the game. All right. All players will be able to play the full game experience without having to make store purchases. Great. All store items at launch will be exclusively cosmetic in nature, which I think is one of the big things that a lot of us are hoping for. I know we all know the start of an MMO is probably one of the most exciting times. Being the first to claim a particular village, being the first to top level, being the first to get a legendary, all that stuff is great fun and really exciting for a lot of us hardcore players. So that's one good point. We are introducing the storefront in alpha in order to test the items and their value. No selections in the store or their indicated cost is final. Our purpose is quality assurance and gathering player feedback. So please share your thoughts once the system is introduced, which I think is basically saying, at the moment, boys, shut up. Let us test it with the alpha testers. Let us figure out what works, what doesn't work. And I get that. I think that's fair. On the flip side, I think it has been good that it's been leaked, because it has been really good actually to see the whole community come together and actually say, please don't make this pay to win. Please just understand that there's a fine line, and let's try not to cross it. The testing audience will see each type of item we are considering and have an opportunity to provide feedback before they are introduced to the live game. I think just quickly on this point, I think the main worry is, we're looking at WoW, we're looking at Sea of Thieves, and these types of games have brought their sort of shop, their paid shop in with the XP boost side of things, like a couple of years down the line. I think the fear was that because it's being tested now, well, that's the fear basically, that it's gonna be introduced pretty quickly. Looking towards the future, we will also test ideas on how to offer players quality of life items for mechanics like rested XP and fast travel, both obtainable in-game and purchasable in the store. Again, we can always have our opinions on this, but there has to be a balance. So, for example, for me, the fast travel, we were talking about it in our Discord, that if there is a fast travel point relatively near a fort, we'll be able to take a lot of the group there quickly, and if we can pay for that, maybe that would give us an unfair advantage to people who can't pay for that. I don't know. Again, something that needs to be discussed. The timing of release for these types of items will depend on how players progress in the months after launch. The more players who are able to experience all of our exciting endgame content and game models, the healthier the overall game experience will be for all players. So that to me says two things. One, they're really going to be following the progress of the players and the community and how far we get. How many of us are at level 60, how many of us are still sort of making our way up there. And two, they're hoping the end game is going to be the real game. So does that mean you're going to add more good end game content? Fingers crossed. Our goal with all items of any type is that they do not offer an advantage that imbalances the game. Good. We understand that this line is based on players' interpretation, so we ask for your patience while we test this in alpha and listen to your feedback. Similar to what I said in the last video, Alpha testers, do your thing, do us proud, provide the right feedback. It's obvious the New World team have been listening. If you look at the last few updates, they seem to be caring about the community's feelings and what people want. So provide the right feedback, dudes. Let's make sure that line isn't crossed. For transparency on future plans, we are also contemplating, but have not finalized, I said this in my Twitter post, a Battle Pass style program. Like, the word Battle Pass for me scares me. Everyone said to me, shut up. But for me, it scares me because my experience of Battle Passes have always been pay money and get more than people who don't pay money. That, of course, isn't across all games, but in my experience, that's the way it's been. So again, if there is a Battle Pass that's tuned to Aeternum and it's not called a Battle Pass and it's really balanced and just adds some extra cool things that, you know, you can get, that's not going to imbalance the game. You know, I'm just talking rubbish here, but again, there's that fine line in the Battle Pass style. That will combine store items on a periodic basis. This will also be tested ahead of time to ensure it provides strong value without disrupting gameplay. Awesome. Much further along the line, there is also the possibility of optional expansions, which would have a separate cost. Which every Wednesday we do something called New World Wednesdays, where we just get together as a company and just chat New World stuff. For the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about coming up with these crazy ideas. You know, we've seen the pirate ship at the start of New World and in the recent trailer. Imagine if there was an expansion where you could take a pirate ship, control that pirate ship, or a ship, doesn't have to be a pirate ship, and travel to another part of Aeternum or go around the island. Who knows? I'm just talking rubbish at this point, but what I really love is that they don't seem to be pissed off with the community. Obviously, a leak is not good, but I think it's actually been pretty good. It's brought the whole community, the whole New World community together and basically said, there is a line that you cannot cross, otherwise we will not support you and this game. And I think that's awesome. I've seen a few videos and a few comments from people that are a little bit savage, and they've really jumped the gun, and they've really they've gone over the edge already and just said, you know, no. So I think this has been great. It's been good that New World have dealt with it this way. Fingers crossed, things progress well for the game. And on that note, yeah, again, sorry for another video. I appreciate you guys watching, and see you in the next video.